I've been looking at all your messages. Everyone's cold. I'm cold. It's a bit chilly here in Woodburn today. So good evening. We've got Ruth and Sue and Anne. Hi Anne. Anne from Crystals and More, ladies. If you need any questions for her with the crystals and a hot fix, Swarovski, I can never say it properly. Crystals. Sue Gale. Chilly in Brisbane. Not as chilly as down here or in Melbourne. I think they're a little bit chillier. Let me just turn this down. I'm watching it on my phone so I can see all these comments before they all coming in. Hi Barbara. Hi Jane. Yvonne, Doreen and Julie. Hello. How are we all? So apart from being a little bit chilly, I hope glad to see you all here again tonight. The lighting I've got over there. I've moved the machine so you've got a bit different backdrop. Not as exciting now I look at it, but we've got a few different things and you can see the highway. Maybe if I turn there, you can see everything there. Hi Jackie, how are you? So tonight, don't forget 3 S's guys. We've got the subscribe to the YouTube channel. Stalk me on Facebook and Instagram, and don't forget to share the posts. We want to share and get as many people as we can into this little group. It's growing all the time. Had a great crowd in here on Saturday night for weekend workshop, and tonight we are going to play with some 2.5-inch squares, and yeah, 5-inch square comes in on it. What I thought I'd show you is just a couple of blocks to put together, and then how you arrange them to make them look completely different. Hi Therese, hello, how are you? I don't think there's anything else. Oh, I do have to mention a couple of things. This is interesting. Sharing time. Love your work, ladies. Hi Raylene, how are you? Love your work, ladies. Doreen, my gosh, your bag has gone off. Hi Jenny. Done do near Dubbo tonight. I was out that way. Gone a couple of weeks ago. So Doreen, your tote bag, how gorgeous is that? So it is looking at a friendship braid looking one, and the tote bag pattern. So if anyone's new here, you can go back. Oh, it goes back quite a few weeks. I did one on a tote bag. It was a 2-part series, so you can see how to make them with your scraps. We've made lots of tote bags, ladies. Oh, I did one with the origami. It's up there. Not quite in shot. So with some scraps of the origami, and then you can actually see how to put the friendship braid. That was only on the weekend. So good on you, Doreen. It looks lovely. Joanne and Karen, love your work. I don't think you guys are in there. I haven't seen you say hello or anything. But Joanne and Karen put the competition out, didn't they? They both sent me some double twirl ones. Hi. It was, definitely, Doreen, it was lovely. So Karen and Joanne, they've put out the challenge for the double twirls. So everyone can send in their double twirl quilts, and Joanne and Karen are machines. They love doing them. And also Joanne, I put up her disappearing 9 patch, which was nice with the blue, the green and the aqua, okay, in there. And it actually looks very close, similar to my 10-inch slice twice pattern. So a little bit different, but same sort of thing, you know, potato. But it looked very similar. So let's get started on some sewing. I'm going to put some sewing and put the machine together. Here we go. I do have to lean up and tilt it down, but I've got it on the tripod, so it shouldn't be too shaky. Here we go. I'll just turn it towards the machine a little bit more. There we go. Now that's too bright. I thought it might have been okay. Turn that light off. You can see that better. All right. So what I'm going to do tonight, we've got some 2.5-inch squares, just scraps. So I'm going to put them together just as a 4 patch. All right. So I'm just going to sew these together. Now, I'm also going to be using, I'm just going to get myself in position, ladies. Going to be using the method I did for the stepping stones one. So anybody new again, go and have a look at the stepping stones video, and I'll show you how to put blocks together without cutting the thread, and it makes it so much easier to put together. All right. So what you do is you don't cut the thread. That up again. So don't cut the thread. We've got them together. And what you're going to do, I don't press these, they're small enough. And I'm going to fold them and just finger press the seams so they go opposite. You see if I can hold up right there. So see how they sort of nest together, and you can feel them actually lock in. All right, and then I'm going to, yeah, you can pin it, but that's a 4-letter word in my sewing room. I don't use pins very often, and you ladies know that. So let's just put that in there. And when you open it, let me check first. Yeah, you're going to get the points to meet in the middle. Okay, so you make the 4 patch. I'm just going to finger press this. All right, then I'm going to take some 5-inch squares, and again, just some scrappy ones that were hanging around. You see that? Oh yeah, that's in short still. All right, now I'm going to do the two sides of this, and I'm going to show you 2 different things you can do. One, we're going to chop it from corner to corner in half, like so. All right, now you can make this as scrappy, you can make it similar, and all we're going to do is we're going to put the first 2 on opposite sides. All right, now you can fold this over and pin, crease it and match it. Now let's not go that far. All I want to do is match this point to the seam here. All right, who was that coming in there? Hi Karen, how are you, darling? So yeah, I just want to match that point to the seam. All right, so if I put that point on the seam, make sure the edges are right. Okay. You've got to remember, I'm doing this a little bit opposite-y so you can see it on the thing. All right, and then I'm just going to sew that on, like so, and open it up. All right, and then I open it out of the way because I want to do the same thing this side. Put the point at that seam, and I'll level it up so my raw edges are all together, and sew it down just with your 1/4-inch seam. All right, and we've got it there. Now what I also want to do before I go too much further, I'm going to trim these bits off. All right, just to the square, just trim them off. I'll bring him back in so I can get it nice and flat and trim it off. All right, so the only little bit of waste on that are these little tiny bits here. Yeah, I did put the bin somewhere here because I usually throw on the ground. Yep. Oh, there it is over there. Okay, so then you've got these where you've now got this straight edge across here. So let's do the next square, but this time I am not going to cut it. I'm going to place it still the same. All right. No, I am going to cut it. Sorry, this one we do have to cut. All right, so we're going to cut it. All right, I've been doing quite a few of these today just to see which technique was the easiest. This is the one. So you can iron this if you want to. These are small enough seams to just finger press them while you're going and then give it a good iron. Again, we're just going to match that point here, and you'll find because we've trimmed them off that there'll be that 1/4-inch little dog ear on the end. All right, and that rotary blade, I'll shut it. All right, so we've got the point there, off we go. And this can be done with the same sides, it can be done scrappy, whatever. Now pull him out of the way so I can see where that point's going to go. Just remember, now that you've cut these on a diagonal, you are on the bias, so try not to distort them too much while you're sewing or ironing. All right, I'm going to put that in here, and voila, I now have a block that has the little 4 patch on a diagonal. What you'll do then is iron it and cut it back, and it is a 7.5. I'd cut it back to a 7-inch block. All right, and you can put them up. So what I did is I actually have printed out to show you. Yep. So see here, so that's one of them here where I've just, there's your block right on the point, and that was just printed out with some different colors. All right, so that one looks really cute. This one has a bit of sashing in between, if you want to do a bit of sashing in between, and of course I use black because I love the black. It looks stained glassy, this one, when I did it. So there you go. So that's that block. Now that's using up all your little bits of scraps, so 2.5-inch and 5-inch, a couple of 5 inches in there. All right, so that's one block. Pretty cool. You like that one? It is easy, and it looks like we did a lot of work because it's on point. But not when you're learning from me. Not a lot of tools. Don't forget, I do a lot of things without tools. And you've got the points are fine. When you square this back up to 7, it'll look like it's floating in there. It's a really nice block to make. Next one I'm going to show you using 2.5 inch. We're going to join 3 different ones together. Let's pull from a bit of a different spot. Okay, so I'm going to get 3 of these. And I do have to chop that one off because I'm going to join them. And just finger press that down. Let's get a bright one here. I'm going to join it on here. All right, 1, 2, 3. So we've got 3. And we all know, ladies, a 3 2.5 inch one. Has that block got a name? No, Sue. Let's just make it the floating 4-patch block. Just one that I came across somewhere and I went, oh, that's really nice. I do use EQ8 if anyone's interested. I do a lot of my designs in EQ8 and just put things together, and EQ8's really good. If anyone's got EQ8 or EQ6, 7, I've had them all and I've upgraded it to 8. It's really cool. I don't know whether I call it my creation, but it's just one of those things when you start playing, and that's what I love doing, is designing and playing with the different things. And you guys all have 2.5 inch strips and bits and bobs around, and I thought, oh, let's see what I can do with them. So this now, 3 2.5 inch ones together, what's that make? 6.5 inches. So what I'll do is I will get a strip, and I've dug into my scraps here and haven't ironed it, but you get that. We'll cut him here, get that selvage off. I need to cut it at 6.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5. Chop him off there, and I'm going to put him down one side. Okay, so I'm just going to put that down one side like this. And because this side doesn't have those seams of these, right, you've got the seams here. It's always hard to have that with the seam allowance folding towards the seam ones. So you remember the rule, whatever one you want the seam allowance pointing to, it's the one on the top. Fold it open, and then your seam allowance will go towards the one that doesn't have all the seams. Makes it a lot easier. Let's find another piece of something. Oh, look, here's a bit of this I was doing the other night with the friendship braid. All right, told you I dug into the scraps. Yeah. So let's do that again. We're going to chop off that piece there. Get rid of that point. And I am going to get 6.5 inches. See that? Yeah, and I know the blade's open. I am a professional, sort of. Okay. And I'm just going to pop that down the other side. So again, I'm just going to pop it so it goes on the other side of those 3 blocks. All right. Sew it up. And again, I want the seam allowance to go towards this one that doesn't have all the seams in it. So I'm going to put it on top. Now, if I had the iron here, I'd iron that flat, so it will get an iron. I'll take it back out and iron it. And there we go. So now I've got a block that looks like this. And I've used up some little bits of scraps. How cool is that? Let me show you some pickies. So with this one, I do this one. Oh yeah, so this one's got them all the same way with a bit of sashing in it. Okay. So you can imagine it if you made all of these the same colour in the middle, and maybe uniformed. I wouldn't uniform the size because then you get a straight bit down here. But you could uniform the one in the middle. That'd make it pop a bit. Even with black, you could make that middle one black. All right. This one here, I alternated the blocks. So one's going down, one's going across. Right, and there's no sashing in that one. So that's pretty cool too. And that one I just put a black border around. All right. The block ends up being 6.5 inch. All right, so it'll be a 6-inch block finished. So that's just a 4x4. So it'll be 24 inches across, 24 down. Okay, so it just grows as to how many scraps you've got. And guess what I did with this one? I took this block and the other block I made here, this one, so the two blocks together. What is EQ8? That's Electric Quilt 8. It actually is a program that you can get on your computer, Julie, and it is, you can actually design, you can do appliques. It's got all the different blocks in the library. It's got all sorts of things you can do, but it's really good for designing or getting the measurements right for your sashings and all sorts of things. Yep, so just Google EQ8 and you'll be there for hours. All right, so what I did is I took one of each block and I alternated them and put some sashing in. So there I've used the two different blocks together. That looks pretty cool too. That'd be a nice little quilt. Might actually end up writing a pattern for this one. That's okay, Julie. Ah, thanks, Di. Yep, don't ask me to cook anything or look after a plant. Didn't get those genes. All right, so that's that one. Now, something else I was going to show you, just for your scraps. What's the time like? Oh, plenty of time. What I'm going to do here, I've still got a 5-inch square. Yep. So if you've got a block, I know I was talking about snowballing, all right? And a couple of you didn't, you can't see me, I'm up here. Snowballing. So I was going to show you how to do the snowball thing with some a 5-inch and here. So snowballing is when you've got that little corner on a block, all right? So you can do it in many ways. You can fold this, especially if it's a little bit bigger, because if you've got a 5-inch on a 10-inch square. I wonder if I've got a 10-inch square. Ah, no. Okay. So this was an impromptu one I was going to do. Put that blade away, Missy. Thanks, Katrina. Did I have? Yeah, no, I have. I've put it away. Yep, sometimes I don't, but I have now. I know I'm on camera, so I better do it. Yeah. So what you're going to do, you can either put a line there. Yeah. I'm an eyeballer, right? I'll eyeball this. The two blocks combined, it does make a pretty quilt, doesn't it? Jane, I liked it too when I did that one. So what I'm going to do, get rid of this 1/4-inch thingy. And what I'm going to do is just eyeball it. And I want to go corner to corner, all right? And I'm going to show you some little different things you can do. Okay, so I'm going to go corner to corner. Then you'll get your, now I do get the scissors and just eyeball that too normally, but I'll show you the proper way. 1/4-inch seam on the seam allowance and chop it off. Okay? Then you'll iron it, open, and that will give you, oh, put it the right way, that'll give you what they call a snowball. So you do it on the floor, it'll be snowballed. All right? Now, they are pretty tiny. When you do it with a 5-inch and a 10-inch block, no, I tidied up a little bit. Blades away. Sorry, Katrina. What you can do, and I'll do it with these because then you can see it. Let's get this one. All right, so I'm going to snowball this one. And what you can do, if you're really pedantic about keeping fabric or keeping your little bits, right, you'll do your normal snowball corner to corner, but then turn it around and move an inch out here. Oh, sorry. So I've done the sewing down here, and I'm going to move an inch out and sew again. I'll show you what that does. Okay, so here we go. And yes, I'm just eyeballing it, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut between those two sewing lines. That gives me a 1/4-inch seam between each one. All right. And if you go and iron these, yeah, open them up. These are tiny, and I do like tinies. You can iron them, get rid of these little corner pieces. Right. Now, if you did it with a 5-inch and a 10-inch, obviously this would be a bit bigger. But that's the bit you cut out that you don't throw away. And then you can just put them as a border around something and join them all together. So that's another thing you can do without wasting the fabric. Here we go, we've snowballed him on two sides. So that gives us another different sort of a block using 2.5-inch squares on the corner. Let me do the other two. I think we've got time. You guys are okay. Let's put this one in here, and they will match to the corner here because it's a 2.5-inch on a 5-inch. It will work the same as a 5-inch on a 10-inch. Okay, so let's put that in there, and I'm not going to go and fuss with that one at the moment. Let's grab these. This one here, nice and bright and scrappy. All right. right, and I'm just going to join that one. And here I go. I'll just eyeball a 1/4 inch seam. Chop that bit off. I'm not going to hang on to those little bits, ladies. That's just not right now. All right. Open them up. Give them a finger press. And I've got another sort of block using the 2.5 inch squares and 5 inch. It is easy to read. It very much is. All right, and basically sometimes on these, because you've got well, this one you wouldn't square back. It's pretty cool. But some of them you might, like this one, you're going to have to square it back, right? If your 1/4 inch isn't quite right, doesn't matter. All right, square it back so that this is in the middle. All right, so when you're putting it up, so this is obviously, what did I say it was? 7.5, so half of that's 3.5, 3.25. So you'll put a 3.25 mark of your ruler. Put the 3.25 on that dot on the middle where the 3.25 is, and that's where you'll trim it back, and you'll find that you'll get, it's about half inch on this side, but that's okay because I don't want to lose the fact that the block is sort of floating in it. If you cut it back where there's a 1/4 inch at the side to that point, then that point will be right on when you join the other block. Could be another interesting sort of a block to make, or a quilt. So there you go. Let me put this back up. Hi Christine, how are you? Oh, sorry. There we go. Let me turn this a little bit further. Oh, actually I can turn it with this. There we go. You can see outside. And let me just duck over here. Let me do my little bit of show and tell. All right. There's a tote bag made with the origami. Alright, so that's the tote bag with the origami fabric. Okay. As I said, if you want to go back and look at the tote bag one with the tutorial on that, that's a little while back, I think. That was very close to when I started doing them, but it's part 1 and part 2, and it'll show you how to put them together. It's got all the measurements and everything in there as well. How cool. Yeah, it looked nice, didn't it, Anne? So they're up for sale. Got them up for sale. So you can make those blocks with your 2.5 inch. Are you quite interesting? It is a nice and bright one, Julie. Yeah, the light's gone bright. Let me just, that's better. Then you can see these, they're not so much glary. All right, so that's just the block with them. This is without the sashing. Then we've got this block here where I've alternated them, and this one with the sashing going the same way. And I think the best one is when I put one of each of the blocks in. All right, and that looks like that. So, interesting. Not much chat out there, ladies. You're all concentrating. I get it. All right, you're all concentrating on it and everything, but that's what I have. Tote bag looks great. Thanks, Christine. If you go back and have a look, there's some there that I've made with neckties as well. Do you want to see one with neckties? Hang on. Let me get one that's here. Here we go. I've got a tree branch hanging up in the shop. So this one's got neckties. I've used recycled neckties on this one. So this one's got the Tassie Devil and the Tassie Devil. That way I found 2 neckties. The quilt behind me. Yep, that one was one that I just had some fabric of. This one. This is a kids one here that I've got for sale now, but it's a nice one. It's got the little zoo animals and squiggles. That's where you got the fabric from last time that I used the rest of it up in the double 12s. All right, so that one, and it has these blocks. I'm trying to get this into view. There we go. These blocks here. This one is snowballed, so it's a, I think, I can't remember what size it was. It was a while back. I think it was about 8.5, but it's got the 2.5 inch snowball on the corner. So when you do a bigger block with a smaller block in the middle to snowball, it gives you that effect. All right. So that's another quilt there. So it's Treasure Hunt Wednesday. Oh, nearly fell over. No, it's just the machine. I've kicked the bucket a couple of times. The waste bin. So, Treasure Hunt Wednesday. Yee. Did you have fun last week? It was an interesting one. I did hide them a little bit better, I think, but I've got something different tonight. Okay, so tonight I haven't hidden anything. All right, nothing's been hidden because of the treasure hunt. We need to get it in the cart before someone comes and gets the cart. You've got to pay for it. I get it. And nobody last week actually doubled up on the postage, which was great. Because if it does happen, I will refund you or give you a voucher for the value of that. Is there anyone new in here? We've got quite a few in here. We've got 33 people. I have not spoken to 33 people. If there are some there, just type in and say hi. If somebody invited you to come in, or if you're just new, let me know. Subscribe onto my Bindies HQ website and I will send you a $10 voucher. And if I've missed anybody, let me know, but I did sort of catch up on them, I think, last week. So let me know if you are new. Say hello, go to Bindies HQ, put your email in, and I will send you a $10 voucher to spend in the website and get some fabric. The origami was new. You're all loving the origami. Can't wait to see what Joanne and Karen come up with. Why do I need the book? Don't need the book, because I know what's on for Treasure Hunt Wednesday. It comes up at 8:30. We're 8:26, so in 4 minutes. It will all be live. And I have given you all 10% off all the kits. So if you go into the quilt kits, anything in quilt kits has 10% off. Okay, so when you do it, and Gail, I'm pretty sure I've set it up right this time. Okay, I went in and did a complete whole discount when you get to the checkout. You don't have to put a code in, anything like that, so it should work pretty good for you. All right, so 10% off. No worries, Sue. Look, guys, it is trying times at the moment. We are having lockdown. I am locked down again, as in not I lock myself in. The shop's open a couple of hours or so a day. I live here. I want to keep the virus out. I get Melbourne, you guys, really locked down. It's hard to get out. So if I can give you a little bit of help with keeping your supplies going and a little bit of a discount, I'm happy to do that. All right, everything over $80 that you buy off me is free postage. I will give you the free postage. If you were watching the other night and I gave you a sneak peek of the marbles, they're ordered. They're still 6 or 7 weeks away. I am getting them in a bulk, so we won't run out. We'll be able to sell them by the meter. I will have them here and get them for you. The other thing that I'm going to be doing, and I know it's a big controversy thing at the moment about the masks, I do not sew them and sell them. Okay, that's just something I make them for family and friends. But there's quite a lot of patterns and everything out there, and you guys can work them out as well. But I'm thinking of just doing not a live video on it. I'll just do a video on how to make a few different ones, and then also have the pattern just as a PDF on a free one on the website, so you can just get them off there. So I'm hoping to do that in the next day or two. Do have to grocery shop tomorrow, ladies, and I'm going to look for a heater again. Haven't been shopping for 6 weeks, so let's see if there's a heater that I can buy tomorrow. That's what you've been doing, Yvonne? Yeah, making the masks, yeah. I don't sell them. That's just something I won't do. It's a personal thing, but I do make them for family or friends, or if somebody comes in here and needs one, I'm quite happy to give it to them. Just using up the fabrics. They're saying scarves now don't matter. The sock one, I love that sock one. I thought that was really ingenious, but it actually doesn't do anything. Yeah, Yvonne, just for family, exactly. But I just thought if you wanted to, I will do up and you don't need any tools, by the way, ladies. No tools. I will give you the pattern and I'll show you how to put them together. I think all my regulars, you guys in there, know that I don't make you buy lots of tools to make anything. All right, just your standard rotary cutter, mat, that sort of thing. Karen, yeah, I've got the pattern too for the one that you put for the nose and the chin. That's the one I'm making for my family, and it's not elastic around the ears. Yeah, it is very clever, isn't it, Julie? The elastic around the ears can get very annoying, so it's the one with the ties. I'll show you how to make a tie without any tools. It's really easy just to make a tie, quick and easy to do. So I'll try and get that done over the next couple of days, and it'll be a static one, and I'll just pop it straight up on Facebook. It won't be live or anything. It won't be live or anything. It'll just be on the YouTube channel and through Facebook, and I'll just pop it up there for you. So I'm just going to go out and get a few things for the camera. I need to get the static camera onto it, and I will be able to edit it and do it so you can follow how to put the mask together. Newbie and about to make a baby quilt. The joining of squares and triangle will be perfect. Loving the cut and sew as you go technique. Oh, that's wonderful. We've got a newbie. I love it. Bronwyn. Now, Bronwyn, let me know if you have been invited by somebody as well. Because, to Jane, thank you. So, Bronwyn, just go to my website, and Jane's already got hers, so I will give her a $10 voucher. But, Bronwyn, just go on to the Bindies HQ website, and you'll be able to put your email in, and I'll send you a $10 voucher. Yeah, the ties are a lot easier, and elastic's too hard. You know what? You just use a 1.5 inch strip. You can cut it down to a 1 inch. A 1.5 inch strip will do. Okay. For you ladies making the mask, do you want to see how one's done now? It's not, or I can put it in the other. I'll put it in the other video for you. But it's very easy to make. You don't even have to iron it. Okay. You just feed it through your machine. So I will put one of them together in the next few days. Get the patterns down as a PDF just to download them and different sizes and everything for you. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, it's great. Thanks, Jane. I saw you had a little few people to invite. So hopefully, Bronwyn, you'll be able to join us. It's every Wednesday and Saturday. Saturday, guess what? Saturday, I've decided we're going to have a quiz night. You know, like So Trivia. So we'll have a So Trivia night. And I'll try and do some blocks again. That was fun, showing you how to put the blocks together as well as trying to name them. All right, so I'll do a few more block ones, and I'll see what else I can come up with for the trivia. So you might want to watch a couple of the latest videos. All right, rewatch them and take a few notes, because I'll ask questions from there. Yeah, it was it? Yeah, with all the different blocks, Katrina, I thought that was really interesting. So I might do blocks. I might do even, yeah, Joanne, everyone wins a voucher, by the way. You guys know that. Everyone wins a voucher. I go back through it. I see who's put them. You can't, by the way, some of you that put the same answer a couple of times, I don't count them as a couple of times, I don't count it as one. Trivia night, love them. Okay, James, did you like the block one? And I'll also throw in a couple of ones just from latest videos, just to test your memories. All right, and then I'll also do the blocks so I can show you how to put them together and how they all look. All right, so I think we're done. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed that. Just using up your straps. Never got a voucher yet. Yvonne, for what one done? Let me know. Shoot me a message in Messenger and let me know what I'm missing the voucher for, so I can send it through for you. It might be just on a different email. Don't know. Sometimes if your name's not in the email, it's really hard to match them up. So just shoot me a message in Messenger and I will do that tonight for you. All right. Thanks, Anne. I hope you've enjoyed that. So you can use up your little 2.5s. And as I said, any orders tonight, I will throw in a packet of 2.5 inch squares to get you started. All right. So you'll get those in there. The block one was good. Okay, we might do another block one as well. I'll put together some more block ones. All right. Thanks, Jenny. Thanks, Sue. Everyone stay warm. It's supposed to be a bit of rain up this way tomorrow and the next couple of days. Thanks, Doreen. Sue, Night, Barbara. All stay safe. I will be back on Saturday night just to say hi, and we'll have So Trivia. All right, and we'll get some vouchers. So, Yvonne, just send me a message, honey, and let me know what voucher I'm missing, if I am missing any of them. The brain does get a bit scattered, so please just let me know. Thank you so much. I just seen that an order come through, and it looks like the discount's working. Love it. Night, Jane. Night, Anne from Crystals and More. Julie, don't forget to visit Anne's website. It's nice and new and bright and pretty, and plus I helped her build it, so there you go. Not one yet. Oh, Yvonne, let me know, honey. You've got to, I'll look back and I'll send you some. I'll send you a $10 one. We'll just fix it that way, and that way I don't look back. That's all right, Gail. No worries, honey. Katrina, yep. Ruth, we'll do that. Raylene, thanks, Raylene. Mum's on, Raylene, so if you want to say hi to Mum, Mum's watching. I'm actually going to be teaching her how to type in there. Yvonne, I'll send you a voucher, honey. I'll send you a $10 one. Yvonne and Gail, yes, it worked. Thanks, Gail. It's always one of those things where I do it and I think I've ticked every box, I've done it. We should be right. Stay warm, stay safe. Happy sewing, everyone, and have a lovely couple of days. And I will see you for So Trivia on Saturday. Bye. See you, Julie. Oh, can you use more than one voucher per order? Yes, you can. Yes. Yes, you can put them all in there. Hooroo. See you, Katrina. and Mum will say hi back to you anyway, Raylene. She will. I'll teach her how to type in the next couple of days. All right. So thanks, guys. Yes, you can use a couple of vouchers in there. That's fine. Yvonne, I'm going to go straight to the computer and send you one now. All right. So 10% off all the kits. They're all in there. So thank you so much, everyone. Good night and happy sewing. See ya.